Hey everyone, it's Mike, and the name of the channel is Play More Games. Today, we are going back to where it all began, the GTS, the Devil's Cauldron. If you don't know me or my channel or my videos, I did a pretty extensive playthrough of the Operation Mercury game, uh, as well as some of the CSS titles. I would describe myself as a fan of Adam's games. Um, I have two of the OSS games, but I have not played either yet. I'm very excited to learn, and I'm sad that I missed Adam Starkweather teaching uh, Doomsday Project. His latest is World War III one at San Diego Historicon. Uh, but anyway, so I have done a lot of like GTS videos, but I wanted to get back to GTS because it's been about 4 months since I played, and I said, hey, this game just made its pre-order number, its reprint number, so maybe this will be a nice thing for people to see, and say, hey, maybe I'll toss my hat in there too. One, two, I bought this game uh, last summer. I got it at a pretty good price. I think I paid 180. I got this and Where Eagles Dare for under 300. So, um, so looking at like what it goes for on BGG Market, like I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Um, but I have only played it once or twice because I was also playing Operation Mercury at the same time. So like it's tough to keep the two rule sets straight in my head. So I wanted to play GTS again, and I was torn up between um, The Greatest Day and The Devil's Cauldron. And Where Eagles Dare, and ultimately I decided to go with the Devil's Cauldron and learn the 1.1 rules, because I had spent all that money to pick up the game and had never played it. And yeah, so my plan is to do a playthrough of the scenarios and the campaigns for both the Devil's Cauldron and Where Eagles Dare. Probably won't do the combined game because I think that would be quite the project. But in any case, so enough about that. Um, and if you have seen my channel, if you've followed my channel, I this game does use the 1.1. I'm going to be playing with the 1.1 rules, which are not the rules that shipped with it, but they're the rules that shipped with Where Eagles Dare. The Greatest Day and later titles were brought up to Series Iteration 2.0. And I looked, and there are a couple of differences that are important. One being a lot of like the counter organization, like all of the rules for commanding and attaching independent units is a lot different in GTS 1.1 as compared to 2.0, because 2.0 you would take your commander and you would say, okay, everyone within X range is in command and can be activated as part of this formation. Here it's a little bit different. Like there's an independent formation chit which activates independence, and then there's an artillery formation chit. Your white and black stripe units basically have their own chits in 1.1, so that's a important difference. There's no dispatch point conversion from command points, so that's an important difference. Assaults is quite different. I think 2.0 is a streamlining of the assault rules, but I don't think I don't think 1.1 is bad or anything. There's no compulsory bravery check. There's only bravery checks on certain things. I'm trying to think what else I might be forgetting. Oh, rallies. So a certain amount of rallies were automatic, as long as you weren't in a fire zone in 2.0. In 1.1, you have to pass a troop quality check regardless. So that's what I can remember. Probably make a couple of mistakes along the way. So let's talk about the scenario before we start playing. So this is, the name of the scenario is A Victory Lost. I had to make sure that is what it was called. A Victory Lost. So our goal is to take our formations, and we have group hot here, and we have waiting. I suppose I could put them on now. We have waiting in this hex, group cold, and we'll probably enter most of those piggybacked if we get to it. And our goal is to get up the road and take this hex here. We're here to take Elst, the church in Elst. And I forget what that triangle means. I think that means that it is an observation post. Yeah. So it's a town hex, so it has a nice -2 modifier. Furthermore, they are in an improved position, so they have a nice -3, so it'll be a tough nut to crack if we can get there. Because we are on and I will put this in I'll put this in the late great Bill Paxton's words. We're on an express elevator to hell going down. We are on a piece of terrain called a raised road. And I tried to find pictures of what this would be like, because I didn't really understand what it was. So I am picturing a literal, like raised road. Like there's an embankment and the road is elevated. So it is a nice, juicy target. And here are some of the restrictions. So if you are on the raised road, you must stay on the raised road if you're a vehicle. You can only exit via a raised road. You must be in column. And you can, basically if you have to retreat off of it, you're eliminated, right? So, and we know from our stacking rule that we can put 4 units. Well, in GTS 1.1, it's 4 units and only one of them, and then an additional unit in column. So we have to go down this road one by one past this flak unit. That's just going to be banging away. Alternatively, what we could do is we could take this unit here at the very end, at the very tail, go under the viaduct, and head down this way. But even then, we're going to start running into opportunity fires from this flak unit and from these units. And we've already got a negative modifier for being in column, and we also get a negative modifier for being on the raised road. So, yeah, I mean, we're in a good amount of trouble no matter how you look at it. So we have to find a way down this road, and we can't go in the raised railroad hex. All of these that are blocked off. Alternatively, we are provided some artillery and some planes. So we're going to play it first with the rules as written, okay? And the Germans win if they keep the Allies out of the Elst church hex, or if they do 5 steps worth of damage to these particular units. And that would be Recce 2 Irish Guards, 1-2 Irish Guards, 2-2 Irish Guards, 3-2 Irish Guards, Recce 2 WG Welsh Guards, 1-2 Welsh Guards, 2-2 Welsh Guards, 3-2 Welsh Guards. So basically that's going to be the armor steps. So if we lose no more than 5 steps. Okay, so we can lose up to 6, apparently. I thought it was less. But in any case, here we go. So group hot formation is up first. All right. So we're gonna try and run it down the road. So let's go into this hex. And since this is a formation chit, the leader moves with me. Oh no, I get that mixed up. So he stays there. And then we transfer him at the end of our activation. So we moved from here to here. We have line of sight. So we'll roll this flak battery to see if they get in, or actually, I don't think they have line of sight. Orchard, yes, line of sight blocked by 2 orchard hexes. So now when we leave this hex and move into here, we'll get an opportunity fire trigger. So on a 5 or less, the Germans will get an opportunity fire. So they do get it. Okay. All right. So our modified roll is 7 or 9 because we're in column, which is a +2. We're on a raised railroad, which is +2. We're moving from a fire zone to a fire zone, which is +3. And our base defense rating is -3. Range greater than 1 max versus armored. I'm gonna double check, but is there? I thought that there was a list of modifiers. I'm gonna trust this because even without this, like, let's say that it works the same way, 1, 2, 3, so -3. Let's say that this is -3. -3 is 6. We're still gonna be at a 9. So here we go. All right, and that unit is eliminated. So I'm going to set it off to the side here. So we'll go to our next unit. So it can go 1, 2, and as we're moving into here, we'll get an opportunity fire trigger. So they get it. And we'll attack again. Alright, so they take a cohesion hit, and that will also apply to them. So then they move to here, and the flak gun fires again. So they get another attack. So they are suppressed, which unfortunately would mean that they have to stop moving. So let's roll to see if we can convert that to a cohesion. And we don't. Well, now you can see how we have a problem in that we can only bring these units up to here. One, two, three. So tell you what. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's do this. We are going to move them out of the way here. So we're going to send these guys up here. And I am pretty sure that what I can do here is legal. I will check it just to make sure. Let's see. All right, raised road. Okay, so we do this, but our vehicles are lost, so we'll have to place an abandoned transport marker. Okay, and let's see. I want to check, do we have to stay in column? Da, 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 da. Okay. Unmounting. Okay, as long as the stacking limits are observed, so we will get out of column to give us the best possible shot. And what are you? Your artillery. Okay. All right, cool. At least now we can try and take a shot with this mortar. Hopefully put something on this flak battery. Hopefully. It's definitely not, maybe it's not something you'd want to do in the campaign game, because you really limit this unit when you abandon its transport. But because it's a 2-turn scenario, we get to do some kind of cheesy stuff. Alright. So let's pull a chit. Alright. So we have the direct command. So everyone is in command. Very cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and attack with the mortars. So we roll for company bonus and we hit it. Now, this Brigadier, Gratkin, is our spotter. So we have a modified 6 here, and we miss. But the good news is we put a heavy barrage on this unit, which is going to limit it. So units under a heavy barrage Okay. Yes. Any unit in a hex with a barrage marker has its fire range reduced to 1 hex. Meaning that the only hex that it's going to have an opportunity to fire is going to be this hex to this hex, or this hex to this hex. Because right now, moving into here is a range of 2. So let's try to get rid of this suppression here. So we'll need a 4 or less. And we get it. So they're no longer suppressed. And I am going to double check myself because this is 1.1 and I'm not super familiar with it yet. Okay. 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 Now, the other thing I wanted to check before I go forward. Oh, piggyback rules. Sorry, this is not terribly exciting, but come on now. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay. Technically, we're supposed to have applied the other one to the other unit. And they had rolled a 1. So a white 1 is a suppression. Oh yeah, these tables are the same. Okay. So technically this unit is suppressed. Alright. All we can do for right now, so we'll go on. Alright. Guards armored. So we're going to roll for command. I think we do that in this scenario. Let me just double check. Alright, their command rating is 3. So we get a half a die roll plus, half a die roll plus 3, so we get 7. Which is nice. I don't know that we'll be able to spend all of those. Alright. So we're going to activate this for command. So alright. And now that we're going from here to here, they're going to get an opportunity fire roll, but at a -2 troop quality check, which of course they pass. Of course they pass. But they only do another cohesion hit. So they make it to there for 1. And now, now that they're moving out of here, they get another shot, which they miss. So they started here, so 1.5, 2. And now we are off to the races. We are through 3, 4, 5. Here's what we're gonna do. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and we are going to drop them out of piggyback, which we can do. Actually, the infantry unit shouldn't be there. It should have had a mandatory dismount triggered. I think back here. And also this guy should be back here until the end of the turn. And also, that would have cost a command point to try and do that. Alright, so let's go another command point here, and we have 13, so 1. And now we'll move to here, 1.5. Op fire fails. 2, another op fire passes. So this is fire zone to non-fire zone. All right. Three, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5. 10.5, 11. Well, that should have been with the infantry. And let's pull up terrain. Orchard. So they are tracked in column. We would have been able to go maybe here. 11. So that costs another command point. The reason it costs a command point is because we are moving into this unit's fire zone. Alright, let's do a second activation with second action, so this will cost a command point. And we roll another miss, unfortunately. So 1, 2. Alright, we'll move to 3, or 2.5. So they miss. 3. And they do get a hit there. So this is fire zone to non-fire zone. Alright. It's a cohesion hit, which is not enough to stop it. 3, 4, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11.5. Yeah. Fortunately, it's gotta stop there. Here goes the recce. 1, 2, 3. Opportunity fire. And it makes. This is fire zone to fire zone. And that one is eliminated. So that's another 2 direct commands. Maybe I will get to use all of the macro. Alright. Now let's set up group cold really quick. And now that's all done, we'll put him here. Okay. We'll take the first stack here. And that is a bridge. The road bridge. Alright, so we'll say half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, 6.5. Passes 7. How far does this one get to go? Oh, let's go ways. Unfortunately, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, what we could do is we go 9 here, and we can dismount the infantry. That'll cost us another command point. Embarrassing. That was embarrassing. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, we're going to do 2 op fire rolls. And it gets the second one. 12, 13. And we are going fire zone to non-fire zone. And it is suppressed. See if we can roll to convert that. That we make. So that actually becomes a cohesion hit. And we'll try and convert the infantry as well, but that fails. So we can go as far as there. All right, now let's roll our 2. We get the second one. Fire zone to non-fire zone. 6. So that's no effect on them, but it is still a 6 on the infantry. Which means it is eliminated. Okay. All right, 2 opportunity fire rolls. So it gets the first one. And it is eliminated. And the infantry company is eliminated as well. I think, yeah, there we go. Do that there. And we will put this up here. Okay. All right, group cold. So this mortar can self-spot. So roll for company bonus, and we get it. And we suppress this unit. We're going to roll to see if we can convert to a cohesion hit. And we fail. So, fortunately, oops, this flak gun is suppressed. But it came at a high price. Yeah, so. I'm just checking, so We lost the rookie to IG, so that's one step. We lost the 1-2 Irish Guards, so that's one step. We lost the rookie to Welsh Guards. Okay. It's getting kind of dicey, but... Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move this guy is going to go 2. And then he's going to go... 3, 4. Okay. These guys are going to go here. And then I think we are able to attack. I think the only... Yeah, they're prohibited from attacking... Yeah. Other than move. But now we are not prohibited, so we will spend a command point. Alright. And let's see if we get the company bonus. We do. 5 white. So we start off with a cohesion hit. Pretty good. Alright. So here, I'm going to go up to here. We're going to deposit the infantry, and they are going to do that. We're going to try and remove the suppression for second up action. And they fail. And we'll move up there. Okay. Alright, so the German direct command. Well, they only have 3 direct commands. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and remove this suppression. So, we need a 2 or less. And they miss. Okay. So now, next step, let's see. Yeah, let's attack this unit. So we've got an 8, and we straight up eliminate that unit. And I think that is 1 loss too many. Yeah, so that is 1 loss too many, so it is a German victory. Well, we got farther than I thought we would. We got pretty far down the road. So we got to Elst. So you can see how this flak unit really takes a high toll. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset up the board, and we're going to try it with a little bit of artillery support. So this is Mike. We'll play more games, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now let's go with take 2 for the British Army. Alright, so here's what's different. We have some air support allocated to us, and we have the 179th Field Artillery, and they are in contact with Group Hot. Now, this is what the scenario says to use, But my understanding of the rules is that since they are from different formations, they there's no one there to spot for them. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to act like these are group hot units. So I'll put them in contact here, and they can fire as if they were a red stripe unit, meaning they are active now. So first thing we'll do is we are going to allocate our air units, and we'll just start with these three, and we are going to try to eliminate this flak unit. Now air is pretty straightforward. Okay, so the way aircraft works is pretty easy. It's just a straight 6 with only positive modifiers. There are no positive modifiers here, so we will roll a 6, and we'll see what happens. We get a 3, and that is a cohesion hit, which is nice, but we're hoping for better. So let's roll again. 0. That is an eliminated unit. Now that is exactly what we want to see. So with that gone, we are off to the races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's make sure I've got this right. 7, 9, 11, 12, and I want to say that this is blocking. Yeah, it's a town, so it is blocking. I need to get someone close, though, so we can call in some artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. Seven. Leave those there for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Put you there. All right. This is actually a black, which is tracked or wheeled. Yeah, I was looking at wheeled for these red ones here. So 1, 2, 3. So they can go 1, 2, 3. And that was 13. 3. They have 6 left, 5 left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And then again, black, raised road, half until we come to the railroad, which is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 and a half, 14 and a half, or 15 and a half. We'll leave that there for now. So this is 7 and a half, 9 and a half. So they have to stay there. And we'll put the Brigadier General there. Speaking of generals, here comes Monty. She's come to inspect the progress. All right, so let's draw our next chip. And it is the American Direct Command. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fire these artillery pieces. And I'm just going to move them over here, because the range makes no difference. Alright. There we go. Right. So, suppression and barrage. Miss. Miss. Alright, so that's 3 direct commands. Alright, so they're suppressed. We are going to drop this unit off. So that ends this action. And then we're going to attack with the Irish Guards unit here. So we get the company bonus, but we miss the attack. That's a direct command. We'll outjump those guys. Alright, so it's suppression, so that converts to a cohesion. That's another 2 direct commands. Alright, let's pull another chip. We do have one more that we can do there, so we might as well. So we'll roll a straight 6 white. 6 white. And that is elimination. So, that'll kill them. So we can get rid of all of that. Move the Conflict Commander off to the side. And yeah, I guess I will take an activation there. And that is that. These guys don't have any way to move. Yeah, so yeah, that is the difference that the artillery in the planes make. So it goes totally from a German wash to an Allied wash. Did we get a little bit lucky with our rolls? Yep, but we have the tools that we need to take out the things in our way. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the first scenario of Victory Lost. and we'll be back later this week with some more Devil's Cauldron or the Dark Valley, subject to my moods, basically, and to time that I have. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you join me next time for Scenario 2, which is called Little Omaha. Alright, this is Mike with Play More Games, and have a good one.